it's going to be a bit of a longer one, I think. So, I just like to say this book was a thrill ride from beginning to end. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't read The Raging Storm, you should click away now because this review is going to be spoiler filled, and I cannot repeat that enough. So warning, if you have not read The Raging Storm, you need to click away right now because it's going to be very spoilery, and I'm going to talk in detail about some stuff, so this is your warning. So I might give a spoiler-free review first, and after that, well, you should probably click off. So, spoiler-free first. So, like I said before, this book was a thrill ride from beginning to end, and it was so fast-paced. A lot of stuff went down, and I just listen, guys. I was so hyped for this book. I was super excited. Like, I could not wait to find out what happened in this book. I really wanted everyone's character arcs to be solved. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still kind of in shock over what exactly happened. But yeah, I was really excited. Like, I pre-ordered this book. I was just waiting for it to download, and let me tell you right now, I was not disappointed in the least. Anyway, so I will say this. The book, I'm not going to exactly spoil for you what happened right now, but it was very interesting, and a lot of characters minor characters got a little bit of more development, which was very happy. I was very happy with that because there were so many ThunderClan cats, guys. There were so many, and they just need to die off. Hopefully, I read the blurb for Lost Stars, and it seems like there will be a a lot of deaths. It's gonna be a harsh sleep bear. Hopefully a lot of deaths, hopefully mainly in ThunderClan. The other clans don't seem to be as bad. But I'm glad some of the kits got more development, more time in the spotlight. Some of the really new kits, which I'm so glad. I'm very glad. And I hope, well, not to get too spoilery, but one of the kits, has these interesting powers. So I'm really interested to see how that turns out. Alright, so again, if you have not read The Raging Storm, click away now. I will not warn you again. Okay? Got it? Great. Now, on to spoilers. I really enjoyed this book. I loved it. From beginning to end, this was a fast-paced thrill ride of a book. I felt tense when I was reading this book. I could not put it down. I read this in a day, and then I reread it, and then I reread it again. That was how good it was. That was how enthralled by this book I was. Every moment was so tense, and there was so much drama, there was so much romance, action, and there were parts that actually made me tear up. It was amazing. It was really good, and I couldn't put it down. I read it so quickly. Usually I don't really read warrior books in a day, but this was an exception. Okay, so I just like to talk about a few things. First of all, I love Violet Shine and Tree together. They are so good together. They're just so sweet and so amazing and so pure, and just they're my new OTP, guys. They're just, I don't know, they're just amazing. I can't explain anything else. And the part when Violet Shine finds out she's expecting kids, I teared up at that moment. It was just like, they deserve each other, you know? Trey is so nice, and he really deserves Violet Shine, and Violet Shine deserves Tree too. They both deserve each other. And I know I'm probably repeating a lot of stuff that I said, but anyway, I thought their relationship was very healthy and, you know, functional, and I was really pleased by that. And I'm so glad they're happy together, and I can't wait to see what their kids will turn out to be like in Lost Stars. Maybe they'll be born by that time. I'm not sure, but I really love to see them. I think they'd be lovely, and I'm so glad they're together in SkyClimb. Another good part, Leaf Star. I am so glad that Leaf Star got the respect and the recognition she deserved. Like, so many people hate on Leaf Star, like, in the past few books, and it's like, okay, I kind of get where they're coming from. I mean, SkyClimb's destiny seemed to be irrelevant when you, like, before A Vision of Shadows, which is great. I mean, that's my opinion. Obviously not everyone likes A Vision of Shadows. I've read some reviews and watched some videos where, like, they don't really like Vision of Shadows, but you know what? It's not perfect, but I love it. Anyway. So, yeah, in the end, I'm really glad Leaf Star, you know, got the attention she deserves, and hopefully she won't be more, you know, hated on anymore, because I think she's just an amazing leader. I'm glad she kind of got back from that, you know, all that River Fire stuff where she was, like, all, like, really angry and stuff for some reason. She got really out of character. Oh, and speaking of out of character, Tall Star felt so out of character in the prologue. Like, are you even kidding me? He felt like a completely different guy. He was so bitter for some reason. He felt like Tall Star and Tall Star's Revenge, which is an amazing book, but, like, why is he doing this to Firestar? Like, I just don't get it. He's practically Firestar's dad. Like, I don't get it. He felt like he was a father to Firestar. Like, why is he doing this? I know it's stupid to get caught up in the prologue, but, like, I just couldn't accept how out of character Tallstar wasn't in the prologue. And it's a little weird that Crooked Star was standing up for Firestar, since Tallstar was way closer to Firestar than Crooked Star ever was. But yeah, that's just a little pet peeve I had. A little bit. Like, I didn't particularly care for that. But anyway, so, where was I again? Oh yeah, Leaf Star. Okay, so, Leaf Star. I'm so glad she got back from all that River Fire mess, because she's better than ever now. Misty Star too, she's back in character. So, which is great. I thought this book was actually better than River Fire. River Fire is probably my least favorite out of the Vision of Shadows. It's still good, but, like, it's just not as good as the other ones, which are amazing, by the way. So, anyway, yeah, Leaf Star was just great in this book. I really liked her. She was amazing. She was strong. She was calm and confident, and she reminded me a little bit of Leaf Star, like, in the first few books, and Leaf Star and Hawkwind's Journey. She's very calm. She didn't get irritated a lot, and, like, she was an amazing leader. And then, yeah, there's not much more I can say about her other than, like, I really hope people don't hate on her. At least I hope people read this book and realize, you know, maybe Leaf Star, maybe she really is a great leader after all. So yeah, she's great. Tiger Heart Star. I hated him in this book. He acted like 1 star in Thunder and Shadow. I'm like, I just didn't like him. I liked him after Tiger Heart Shadow, which is pretty good, but in this book he acted like such a jerk. Like, why? Why did you need to act like such a jerk? I don't know. Like, threatening to kill a medicine cat because your medicine cat was injured in a trap that wasn't even Alderheart's fault? I mean, he didn't outright say that he was gonna murder Alderheart, but it was heavily implied. So, like, Tiger Heart Star, I don't like you as a leader. I don't think you're a good leader. I wish Tawny Pelt was leader, but she's kind of old. And then, like, why appoint Juniper Claw as deputy? Why? You knew he was always kind of shady to me. He was never, like, on the rogue side, but he's never completely on the clan side either. I knew he was going to do something, suspicious, like, poisoning the Fresh Kill and Sky Clan. Like, he got the Deathberry seeds, and it seemed like he was going to poison Sky Clan because he wanted them out. Like, just don't get it. And I mean, I'm glad his deputyship did get revoked, and you know what? I'm actually kind of glad he died. No, I'm glad he died, and I'm glad he saved Shadowkit from almost dying. And yeah, I think that was a suitable redemption for him. I think that made up for all the mistakes he did and all the flaws he had. And speaking of Shadowkit, he was actually really awesome. Like, I found his powers very interesting and intriguing and made me want to read more. Like, I don't know what to say. I loved his powers of seeing the future. I felt that was never really power that was explored in the Warrior series, and I'd really like to see more of that. He's like almost like a prophet, if you know what I mean. So, like, anyway, that was awesome. And you know how he prophesied his own death, but Juniper Claw, as I said, spoilers again, he died saving Shadowkit and he drowned, basically. Saving Shadowkit, which I'm glad. I mean, Juniper Claw, first of all, deserves to die. Shadowkit does not. I'm hyped to see Shadowkit in Lost Stars. I hope he'll be one of the POVs, as he seems actually quite developed. He doesn't seem like bland or anything. He seems very interesting, and I'd love to see more of his character. So yeah, I would like to say one more thing though. I love Misty Star, and she's one of my favorite characters, but I really couldn't get behind her idea of sending Sky Clan away again. Like, why she agreed to that? Like, she was kind of just really nasty in Darkest Night and River of Fire, so I'm like, okay. And like, I don't know. In this book, she gotten over her all that nastiness and like, but I didn't agree with her idea to send Sky Clan away again. Like, why did you do that? I mean, I'm glad she didn't seem like totally out of character like she did in River of Fire, but I don't know, it was just weird for me and kind of hurtful because, Misty Star is one of my favorite cats, and I also thought she showed really good judgment before, so yeah. Alright. But other than that, okay, I don't really have any other complaints other than, okay, this is the big one. I'm gonna have to talk about this. I know a lot of other people probably hate this, and they're gonna rant about this, and I guess I'm gonna have to too. Finleap and Twig Branch. Taking a deep breath. I'm trying to calm myself back. Okay. Their relationship was unhealthy and toxic. And that is pretty much all I'll say about that. And, okay, before I go completely off. Finleap was completely out of character in this book. Not only that, but his character was completely destroyed from the nice, sweet cat we saw in the other books. He became almost as bad as Ashfur, or even Bumblestripe. He became as bad as those cats. And you know what? I just found it completely disgusting. Like, he's a disgusting character asking Twig Branch if she wanted to have kids with him, and being like, "Oh, I have to have kids with you, Twig Branch. If I don't have kids with you, I can't stay in ThunderClan anymore. I'll have to leave. I'll have to go back to SkyClan. My whole world is you, and I want to have. I don't even love you that much. I just want to have kids with you." I'm like, that is disgusting. Like, this is not consensual. Like, this is, she's not giving consent here. She's like, "No, Finley, but I'm not ready to have kids yet." And I'm just like, you know what? He keeps begging and begging her to have his kids. And also, something about this is very toxic and really, really abusive and just not right to me. Like, I don't know what would have happened if Twig Branch hadn't eventually given in and agreed, but it would have been something bad. Like, he would have done something bad in revenge. Like, this relationship is just so unhealthy and toxic, and I hope that never really goes anywhere. Like, I mean, I guess I would be annoyed if she was expecting kids, because I'm like, okay, I get that she, stood her ground, and then he eventually backed down and apologized, which I was grateful for, but it did not make up for all the pressuring and pushing he did her at the beginning of the book. Like, I'm sorry, guys, but that was not consent. Like, before they had kids, she needed to consent. She should have been like, "Yes, Finley, I want to have kids." Yes. Before he pressured her into asking. Like, she should have been like, "Yes, I want to be mates with you. I want to have kids." Before he was like, "Oh, I want to start a family with you." Like, I'm sorry, but he should have asked for her consent. Like, I'm just sorry. I'm really mad about that. Like, I'm honestly afraid. Like, what would he have done if she hadn't caved? Like, what would he have done? I don't even want to know. I don't like, it's really dark to me, and I like those dark things, don't get me wrong, but like, did she have to say yes? Did she have to, like, say, "Oh, Finley, I'm sorry," and stuff like that? Yes, she stood her ground and said, "Yeah, Finley, what you did was wrong," and she called him out for everything that he did, which I liked. But I just wish she hadn't gotten back together with him, and I hope she's not expecting kids. I mean, I'll be annoyed if she is, but like, I won't be super mad about it or anything. I'll be like, you know what? Nothing I can do about it. In the book, it did imply that she was expecting kids, because it said, at the end, it said she looked larger. I was like, oh no, please, please tell me you aren't expecting kids. But you know what? I won't be too mad about it. I'll just be like, you know what? Their relationship kind of sucks. But you know what? I always have Tree and Violet Shine, and their relationship is so pure and healthy, and I love it. Finley and Twig Branch. Like, I understand that it's very dark and it's toxic and unhealthy. And if I see it as that, I could totally ship it. Like, there's nothing wrong with seeing it that way, but I shouldn't be. But you know what? We shouldn't. None of us should be, thinking this is okay, and thinking that, begging a Tom begging a she-cat to have kids with him is okay before the she-cat gives consent and says, yes, I do want to have kids with you. Yes, I'm thinking about that. Yes, it could be in our future. Like, yes, I do want to have kids. Like, and saying he'll leave ThunderClan if she doesn't. First of all, that's completely overdramatic. Second of all, that's just disgusting, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Okay, I think my rant's over now. Okay. Sorry, I respect that ship as, like, a toxic and unhealthy ship, but, like, you should see this as it's not healthy. It's not a relationship you should want to be in. You should not feel pressure to do anything anyone else, even if it's your friends. You shouldn't do anything anyone is forcing you to do when you don't want to do it. Just, that makes me really irritated. Finleaf is a horrible character. He completely changed, and you know what? I do like the darkness of it all. I actually do. Unpopular opinion, I actually do. But please, I hope no one sees this as an actually healthy ship. Tree and Violshine, though, they're so cute together. They are amazing, and I love them. So you know what? I'm just gonna focus on the positive. So yeah, I think that concludes my Raging Storm review. I don't have much more to say than that, other than, oh yeah. So when Pebbleshine comes back, I burst into tears practically because I was dying to know what happened to her ever since Hawkwing's journey. I was like, when is Pebbleshine coming back? Please, please, please. I almost hoped that she was alive, but you know what? It's too good to be true. I almost like that. Like, I don't like it when a character just comes back out of nowhere. Like, how are you alive all this whole time or something like that? I don't know. But like, I'm glad she was dead. I mean, I was very sad, but I'm also, part of me is glad because it's kind of realistic. But I was in tears. I was crying when she said she'd been there by Twig Branch of Violetshine's sides, like, all that time since they were very young. And she met Tree when she was 11. That's so sweet. All the feels. I love it. I love it. I love it. That was just amazing. And when she talked to Hawkwing, and Hawkwing was like, no, Pebbleshine, don't leave me. I love you. And hit me right in the feels. I started crying then. That was so sad. Another sad moment was when, at the very end, when everyone was like in the gathering and like all the leaders were there and everyone was like joking and laughing and stuff, and like it was all good. Everything was so like light compared to all the drama that had been happening in the, earlier in the book. And I was just like, I was crying then, but like out of happiness. I was crying tears of joy because, not because I hate Warriors and I'm glad it's ending, but I mean, this arc is ending and I won't till April, but you know what I mean. I was crying tears of joy because it was just so happy in such a sweet way and just a beautiful way to end, and I loved it, except for the part where Twig Branch, Alderheart noticed that Twig Branch was a bit larger and I was like, please don't be expecting kids. Please, please. But other than that, it was such a beautiful moment. Such an amazing ending. And it cried, even though it wasn't like a spectacular ending or anything. It was just a beautiful moment. All the clans talking, in a light way. I just loved it. I loved it. So, anyway, and I must say at the end, I also cried tears of sadness because, think about it this way. This is the end of the Warrior series. Like, this is the end of the current Warriors series until April. And we won't get any, like, more Warriors content in the future of the clans until April. Just think about that. Just think about that for a second. And I was just, even at that fact, I was just sobbing practically. I was so happy and sad and at the same time, and all the feels. It was just so freaking sad. I just loved it. Every moment of it. I just felt beautiful. And so that is my opinion on The Raging Storm. And I know I have some strong opinions about this book. Well, you know what? Having a lot of strong opinions is honestly it just feels better to me than just a meh book, Tied everything together. It was just so beautiful and amazing, and I know I've repeated those words lots of times, but that's the only way I can describe it. I'm still in shock. Okay, guys, I'm still in shock. So yeah, honestly, yeah, that's my opinion, and I love this book, and I hope you all love it too, and yeah. So anyways, it's Zoe here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!